in the land where the real ones really are. You put up the money. Sometimes it doubles. Sometimes it triples. And because sometimes it's futures, it can go negative infinity. Welcome to Crash Trades. Hi, I'm VJ. You can call me Vito.
Beat
This is
up.
my boy Luca. You can call him Luca. It's actually an Italian name. Each, can you believe it? I can, but he can. Anyway, guys, what's up? What's up? What's
How
up?
you
That
guys
was
doing?
crazy.
That was insane.
We love y'all. We love y'all. Thank you for joining us again. Someone asked me today, your YouTube show, is that like a paid thing or something? I said, ha ha ha. It's an anti-paid thing, buddy. We
Anti.
lose.
Fuck you
So,
talk about paid thing. Get out of here.
yeah, it's a losing thing, man. Opposite of paid. What's opposite of paid? Taxed? Yeah, we getting taxed.
For real.
Well, yeah, guys, welcome back. Thank you for being back here. We've had another one of these. I don't think we recorded in a few weeks because Luca's just been absolutely painting the town red.
For real.
He's been fucking giving people wedgies and fucking high fiving girls. The thing that you would normally do at parties. That's what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Luca? How's everything going with you, man?
It's good, man. A lot of shit going on. I'm a little free though. Summertime, no school, more
Oh yeah.
parties, more fucking everything. We're going insane. In the fucking life
Brain.
outside of trading, we're insane in trading. We're insane,
Mhm.
absolutely losing our port, losing our evals, losing on our everything. And then outside of trading, partying up, getting fucking whatever the fuck. So yeah, we're
Yeah,
back.
how it is,
Anyway,
man.
we're back. Fucking episode 52. We're back in the fucking 52,
Oh
52.
shit.
So
We're 52 now.
we 52.
Oh my god, that's about Guru's age. All right, so that's crazy.
Damn.
How's your trading been, buddy?
Keep it in. It's been alright. There's definitely a lot of learning curves that I've experienced. It right now. It is the seventh week that I have been trading paper. 7 weeks.
Let's
So
go. Consistency.
nearly gonna be 2 months, and I've learned a lot. A lot of things that I've improved on and looked at myself and understood about my trading and how I act, and it's really about the monitoring myself. How do I do in those times where I'm feeling super confident and I've achieved a lot? What are my tendencies? What are my tendencies when I lose a shit ton and I feel super down and unhappy and etc. And I'm sort of comparing myself. I really have to discover my tendencies, my overconfidence, my overtrading, my overleveraging. And I monitor myself, bit by bit. We're definitely getting up there. We're definitely getting close to that profitable goal, but we're definitely making progress, is what I'm saying. So, yeah, if you guys are watching and you guys are keeping along, me and VJ, on our journey to becoming profitable, we thought we'd document it for you guys just to help you guys out. If you guys, if you guys are feeling down, if you guys lost a little bit, or blew an eval, or blew a funded account, or, you guys want to fucking a way to trade fucking prop firm futures, there's a link in our bio, and guess what? We'll help you guys. We'll help you guys. You can message us, DM us, whatever. And yeah, we're here to learn a bit more about our trash trades. Everybody has them, and it's the only way to improve.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We in it.
It's so funny. It's funny that you're in your seventh week. I have to commend you. You should pat yourself on the back for sure. Because I
Thank you.
remember about a week in, you were like, "Yeah, another week of this, and I'm probably good. I don't need to do this anymore." And you've like quadrupled up that time, and you still are doing it, which is fantastic. It's going to help you a lot because you needed to slow down and look at yourself. Truly,
Absolutely, 100%.
even
Well,
even today. Go ahead. Sorry, man.
yeah, what better way to learn about yourself, learn about your tendencies than paper? It's risk free, money free. You don't need shit, but you can iron out your strategy. That's what trading's about.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I even learned something about myself today, man. I was like, today I had a green day, but like my targets weren't getting hit. I'm like, yo, what the heck is going on? Like the last few days, I've been losing a little bit more. My account sort of slid a little bit. I'm like, what's going on here? Something's up. Been disciplined, was waiting. Even on some trades where I entered, I sort of looked and I was like, I don't really like this. Close them for very small loss. And I was just like, okay, like, what's going on here? And I mentioned something to Tom. Tom has been a guest on the show. Great episode. You guys should go check it. And
Check it out.
Yeah, Tom was like, I'm over here explaining, like, he was in shorts and they played out beautifully. I finally got into shorts later, which played out beautifully, but I kept trying to long before, and the
Mm,
only reason I survived was because of like how great the entry was. But that shouldn't be the only reason you survive. Like, if the order flow is in your direction, it should pretty much, especially on news days, which today was like the first real news day of the week, like play in your favor.
yeah,
So I was like, Tom, yeah, Tom, he's dropped like some just little nuggets that'll just like completely
the gems.
open up. Yeah, just gem. I can think of one from before and like really helped. And this was another one just today. He said, I was like, yeah, you told me the reason he's short. I was like, yeah, I saw that, but I ignored that because I was looking at this, this, and this. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I can see what you're saying, but, because we trade on prop firms and we're intraday traders,
Yep.
you really should value the 1 hour and 4 hour order flow over the weekly and the monthly. And I was like, uh-oh, I've been fucking up for weeks,
There
maybe
you go.
longer, just because I wasn't looking at I thought I was doing it better or a higher
Yeah,
level
yeah.
or more advanced.
Mm,
And I'm all looking at one week swing highs that should be supporting price. Hey man, maybe it will, but not before this 4 hour plays out today. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah,
So
100%.
yeah,
And
it's
that's Tom,
every day.
listen, he's got an episode with us. He hopped on as a guest. He's very knowledgeable. Definitely knows his stuff. Definitely is helping us out. Me and VJ, we've definitely taken some good advice from Tom. And, he's one of the Trash Trades guests. If you guys want to check out that episode. I think it's
Yeah,
episode like
so,
26 or maybe more. I don't know.
yeah, who knows? But
Um,
all I was saying is that the learning process never stops, even if you're green. I had a green day,
yep.
and I might have gotten one of the best tips I need that could make me even more consistent
Yep.
and sort of, take away some of that confusion on why my price targets haven't been hitting lately. So on that note, let's roll the intro.
Order filled.
Boom. Be in it.
Goodness gracious, I'm fucking kidding.
Amazing. Amazing. Great intro.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna sleep for the rest of this, guys. My work is done.
For
Look
real.
at just handle it.
All right. See you, VJ. Have a good day. He's gone. Thank goodness he's gone. Thank goodness I can speak now. I can breathe like
I was
this guy.
pretending.
Oh,
I
what?
heard you
What?
talking about me, dude.
Did you come back?
The fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, man. I'm
Holy
here,
shit.
man.
Oh,
You
man.
catch me slipping. Hold
Okay.
on, let me go ahead and cook my. I can't sleep without my blanket. Let me go ahead and grab that. You go take off.
Yeah, go for it. Take that fucking blankie, motherfucker. Anyway, great odds trade. Two trades. No, not great. What am I talking about? Very bad trades. Two trades. And these were great trades. Very knowledgeable trades.
I was about to say, great trade. Start the show over. Go ahead.
Damn, we gotta redo the whole show now.
Intro.
Fuck, my
It was
bad, guys.
fantastic. We were Italians for a little bit.
Yeah, we're Italians,
Italian,
Vito,
sorry.
Vito,
You know what's crazy?
and Gino.
Side note, we're Italian Irish Indians. Did you realize that?
There you
Three
go.
eyes. Amazing. All right, keep it going.
I'm American. You know it. Anyway, two
I mean, just
great
born
trades.
with it.
Why are they great? Because they're knowledgeable. Not because they've made me some fucking. They have not made my pockets bigger or my wallet bigger. Anyway, this was a couple things just to note before I play the trades, which was I did my hard time frame bias, which
No.
in my opinion was good. I think I did a good hard time frame bias. I had this fair value gap drawn out. I wanted a rejection, and then I wanted to do more of an internal range liquidity target. So my profit was inside this fair value gap. So I went down to lower time frames and I tried to look for an entry. You can see quite a movement up.
What time frame was that? 4 hours?
This is the hour right here.
Luca, what time frame was that previous one?
This one was 4 hour exactly.
I'm sorry, Luca.
No,
What
you're
was
good.
that time frame?
The 4 hour.
Okay, I thought so. Go ahead.
Then this is the 1 hour 30 minute, and I was sort of looking for a small retracement before we could go into that daily fair value gap, or that 4 hour fair value gap, which was this high right here. But I wasn't too greedy. I'd say if we get to up here, I'm comfortable. That's whatever, 60 points. That's not a problem with me. That was my target. So that was my pre-trade analysis. I was trading to this price target all day. But mainly I had 2 trades before these 2 trades. And these 2 trades were green. They were longs. Started at market open, one of the few days that I actually traded market open, and I was green for the day. I was green. 2 well executed trades for the movement up here at the start of the day, and then I decided to overtrade, unfortunately. So these are the 2 really juicy overtrading trades. Normally I trade max twice, 3 times a day. So especially in this case when I start to take 4, 5, 6 trades, there's definitely some issues with my decision making process before I actually execute on my trade. So this was, that was my higher time frame bias, sort of looking for that 4-hour fair value gap. And I was looking for a retracement. So this was sort of a more of an impulsive trade. I was green for the day. I was comfortable. And then I decided to enter again because my daily profit wasn't hit. So I decided to try again and try again. And this is when I was really chasing my price targets in this form of the 4-hour fair value gap, excuse me. So this was the entry. So 1 5-minute candle.
So your profit target wasn't hit?
It wasn't hit. No.
Luca, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Luca, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So your profit target wasn't hit? Okay, my bad. Sometimes I can't hear you.
Oh, my bad.
But sometimes your profit target wasn't hit, but your sort of trade number, the amount of trades that you hit or that you usually take that's ideal for you, you already sort of hit.
Exactly. I traded twice. They're both green. And I should be done trading. That's it. 2 trades is plenty. I don't need any more. And in this case, I decided to break that rule. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure I got that.
So in this case, I was green on the day. I should have walked away from the charts, but this was a 5-minute setup, which I wanted to play. So one 5-minute candle later, we saw a quick distribution-like candle completely eating up this candle with no wick. I see these candles as more of a manipulation or a distribution candle. So as soon as that got invalidated, I was looking at seeing more of a kickstart to the 4-hour high. So I was in this trade here. I'll play the candles a little bit by bit. So my higher time frame bias, it was that 4-hour fair value gap right up here. This was my price target. I didn't want to catch the whole move, and this was my entry in this case. So I'll play a couple candles, and then we'll see bit by bit on how I was trading and how I felt during the trade. So a couple candles later, we cleared these highs. So these short-term highs here. I was very comfortable, very happy. I didn't take any profit off the table as well. Already I caught something like 30-ish points with no profits taken off the table at all. So I didn't do anything. I got to a stage where it almost hit my PT. This was 40 points now. Not a trim, not a thing in sight. Again, I thought I was being conservative by using this price target instead of this one up here. So I didn't trim at all. This was a couple 5-minute candles later. And then in the end, we saw massive move downwards. And a couple candles later, I was stopped out, unfortunately. And there's absolutely some big problems with this trade. But the next trade was even worse, I think. So the next trade was more of, so we saw me get stopped out on this low, and I was frustrated. I'm not gonna lie. I negated some of my profits for the day. I split my profits in half. I'm not even gonna lie. So all the green I had in the morning cut in half by this trade. And a couple candles later,
Are you going heavier in this trade?
Yes, I'm coming to that now. In a second. So this trade was more of a chasing type of thing.
There's no way that should affect you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I went in. I went in double this trade, so double position size, and I still had the same price target. I was still revenge trading. I was still trying to get that price target, and I didn't stop. I didn't stop trading. So this was a shorter time frame trade where I entered on the retracement of this candle here. I thought it was going to be a sweep of this low. Looking for a movement higher into that 4 hour fair value gap. So that was my target. So I'm going to go down on the 1 minute time frame, where you can see this was my entry. It looks like more of a bull pattern, or if you trade patterns, like a bull pennant, etc. In this trade, I entered two times heavier, basically. So 2 position sizes I had on the line for this short-term scalp. And there was a lot of red
Wait,
sides. Go ahead.
was the first trade also heavier than normal?
No, this was normal position size. This was not. This was double.
Okay.
So this a couple literally
Okay.
probably 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes later, I got stopped out. And then there was a movement up before it eventually crashes, and my whole daily bias was wrong. So wrong. It continued down, never reached that 4 hour target. But I sort of want to talk about my attitude for these trades, because obviously there was a big issue in how I managed myself on the day, especially when I already secured profits for the start. So I'm going to do a quick breakdown on how I felt, my mistakes I made, and then we're going to throw out to VJ a bit of his opinion, etc. So in these cases, I've got a big problem personally with overtrading and overleveraging. It's literally the worst thing that I do. As soon as I up the position size, as soon as I put on more trades than I'm supposed to, I know that the quality of trade that is coming is going to be a lot lower than the start, my first trade or my second trade. It's going to be a lot lower. So in these cases, when I'm green, right? I'm green for the day. I've hit a profit target. I have every opportunity to walk away, do something else, enjoy my day, everything else. I decide not to do that and place another trade. And as soon as you place another trade and you break that number one rule of overtrading, what's going to happen? It's most likely that you're going to lose. You're going to scale up, you're going to continue trading, and then from then on, it's a cycle of scaling up and continuously trading. And that behavior is really what blows portfolios. That's the revenge trading like behavior, where you continue put on more and more sizing, trying to earn everything you lost back. So that's my tendency. That's my personal struggle in these trades. Personal struggle was, again, the overtrading and overleveraging side, especially on a day where I hit my profit target and I should have been done. There was no reason for me to trade again, but unfortunately I did. VJ, what do you think?
So, man, it is a great example in overtrading and revenge trading, which it's not quite as bad as my 6 trades in like 40 minutes, but
yeah,
it's the exact same thing essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah, it even starts before the revenge trading. If you guys notice in the story, we'll talk more about the psychology and the TA. We could look at the TA a little bit after, but so TOPSTEP has this rule where once you have a XFA, their paid accounts, you have to have 5 days of $200 to get paid. If you make $100, like, yeah, that goes into your account. It's just there, but it doesn't count as one of those paid days. So you can already see how a lot of people probably blow their accounts, where they get $100, $150. And they're like, cool, I need to get that other 50. I need to hit that goal.
Exactly.
Rather than realizing, like, do I have a good read on the price? Like, is it the time? Because time's more important than price for me to trade. Like, do I even have a valid setup? Or am I more likely to force something because I'm trying to force profits from the market?
Yep.
So it started off before your trades, which was where I think the biggest, like, issue is with most people, and definitely us sometimes, where you hit something, but then, and you're green, you did your job, and you're for some reason unsatisfied with it or feel like you didn't do your job. I didn't come here to do. I knew I should have gone in heavier, and those trades worked out great. You start thinking about how you didn't make enough money from a green trade and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot, and that might be true. Like in order to get better, you need to figure out how to maximize your winners and minimize your losers. However, a lot of times when people think they're going to maximize their winners or maximize the profits that they can for that day, they actually get into a mentality which maximizes their losers. Today could have
Exactly.
been a nice green day. If you, let's say your daily goal was $200 and you hit 120. Now, for a lot of people that are listening, even us, there's like that knee jerk reaction, like, "Oh, you missed," but you didn't. You did your job. Because the thing is, in order to be a successful trader, you must focus on the process more than the outcome.
Yep.
And if you did the process, you're good. And then if you start engaging in stuff that's not your process, you did bad. If you did your process and you lose, you did good.
100%.
If you don't do your process and you win, you did bad. So even if that trade went green, but it's not your normal setup and it hit the thing, that's not going to help you in the long term. It's going to
Exactly.
hurt you a lot more in the long term.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll take you longer to get out of that habit. As a matter of fact, in a weird way, the pain of these losers might help you make more winners later when you realize, you know what? That number goal should be very loose and I shouldn't be married to it. I should be
Exactly.
more married to the process, the habits that make it so that the outcomes I want flow to me rather
Mm-hmm.
than you chasing them and then they slipping out of your fingers.
Yep.
And then once you did one, you were already in that mind that even to overtrade before you took the trade. So then it continued rather than, let's say that was your setup, you were up, but you're like, okay, this is perfect. I would take this trade no matter what, even if I was whatever, and you took it and it lost. The thought should be, why do I need to take another trade? Yes, I was green. I took my setup with what you did in this case, perhaps potentially. I lost, so I lost some of my gains. Does that matter? You lost. Maybe you should go. You took the three trades, as you said. That's your ideal amount. Maybe a little over. You should go. Every other good habit that you have, you negated based on that one red trade.
Yeah.
You already negated going into it, but let's say it was the setup that you want and the time that you want and everything else, all things being equal, it's once it was done, you should have stopped the bleeding. But that's the hardest time to stop. And it's usually blowing the account, losing all the profits, putting more red, having to sit with this, making a trash trades episode that sort of get us here, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so it was actually before you took the trade that the mistake started because you were thinking too much about the um, the outcome. And this is why many people, when they have challenge accounts or whatnot, right when they get close to the end, they start to struggle a little bit. I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just sort of doing, it. Even though I was like, yo, I'm not focusing really on the thing, the outcome. So what's going on here? And then I realized, oh, okay, I'm making some mistakes. That could be clarified. And today I made sure to really focus on the process. If my trades went red, they went red. It's no problem. And we ended up okay. Did I hit my $200 goals? No, on none of the ones I did, but I did my job, and so I'm happy with it.
Yep.
It's fine,
Yeah. Exactly.
Um,
Yeah. It's.
let's look at the TA real quick.
I'm sorry.
Let's look at the TA real quick since we've been mostly talking psychology.
Yeah.
Give
I
them,
this was, so this movement up was sort of well predicted. I made a lot of profits on this move up. I was green on the day. Profit target hit. Like literally everything I wanted in trading for the day was already achieved. All of the green happened at this leg upwards for the day.
go on the higher time frame though. This is the 1 minute, right?
No, that was the 5. So this
Yeah, yeah.
was.
So this is the thing, right? You're playing the 4 hour bounce, right?
I'm playing
See,
the
this is
4 hour.
this is
Yes,
yesterday or the day before, isn't it?
this
This is
was
yesterday or the day
yesterday.
before, right? Right. Okay. So I recognize it. See, I was irritated yesterday. I didn't have the best day either. A little red. And I kept trying to short too early. And the reason I was trying to short, go back to that higher time frame chart, brother,
The hour.
is that 4 hour gap is supporting price, right? But it keeps getting tapped, and then we are not displacing over that. We get taps, and then we don't displace. We sometimes break over the high, no new fair value gaps. If we're distributing and smart money is involved, it should show signatures of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, each time we take the high and it gets tapped, it's not displacing.
Yeah.
So that's an indication that order flow may flip. Then your target was the new bearish fair value gap,
Exactly.
which is an indication that maybe we're either manipulating down or displacing down. In this case, more likely displacing down because we were not displacing over the highs.
Yeah.
So if you flip it and you realize, we might be bearish, and you sort of see your longs were essentially the manipulation, which is
Mm-hmm.
okay to play manipulation, but you don't want to play it too far because distribution is coming in the
Exactly.
opposite way.
Yeah.
So you played the manipulation up and you got it, and like whether or not your bias was wrong, like you took it, but you didn't really see that we were under bearish order flow currently,
Absolutely.
and that you had the push up. But unless it's extended and continues, it could be manipulation. And if you look at it like that, you sort of had a double purge. Like it went down first, so anyone who was long got killed, and then it longs, so then the shorts got killed, and then it really shorts, so then everyone is left deaded. And you can sort of see here, not really displacing over the highs. You see the
Yeah.
longs? Like, yeah, sure, those middle ones is breaking, but not those top ones. And then it starts making fair value gaps to the downside. Even in your first long, you see that big red candle by the cluster of highs over there. It actually makes a fair value gap to the downside. It never really breaks out of that. So
Yeah.
that's all indications that the order flow is flipping back. And you missed it because your longs worked great. You wanted more money. And then you chased back into it. When in reality, if you'd notice all that and you're free and you were just following the process, you might have caught the shorts
Absolutely.
and made even more money. And that's sort of where my issue sort of has been, not really in chasing, but like missing the current order flow because I'm playing something like on another time frame that's in a way on a higher time frame, which takes longer. And in this case, you got caught up on the smaller time frame, and you sort of want to be understanding where they all are at, and then aligning yourself with all of them to make the
Mm-hmm.
ideal trade.
Yeah.
So even the longs were sort of risky because they were the ones that paid because they were the manipulation. They're okay to play. It was like a fast retracement, probably to like an order block or some sort of key level, maybe in a fair value gap. I can't tell, right? But um, you want to definitely be aware where you're at, and then not continue to press, because especially when the trade loses and you waited for a good entry, which in this case, if that's an entry type that you normally take,
Mm.
that's a good entry. Once it
Yeah.
fails, you have to wonder, how correct can I be? Did I
Exactly.
place my stop too close, or am I just wrong?
And that's
And then
honestly,
just
I
not
just want to
get
push back on the long thing,
sure.
because sure, when price develops, yes, there was clear opportunities for short. I shouldn't have taken these longs in the first place. I think it was that break of my morality, of my rules, basically saying, I traded twice, they were green, I'm done for the day. But
Yeah.
here's another trade. But here's another trade. Here's another trade that I could make even more money. Scale up, then I lose. Then what do I do? Because I lost money, I'm going to double size and enter in a new trade. And I go to the next and the next. And there's always another setup. There's always new trades in the day. And it's really about sticking to those rules. I stuck to the rules, 2 trades, done. Did I have green and I hit the profit target? Yes, I did. I'm done. But as soon as you break those rules and decide to go, you know what, there's another trade. You know what,
Yeah.
there's more money to be made. As soon as you do that, you break your rules, and the quality of trades that you take next are going to be a lot worse than the first initial trade that got you the green in the first place. And these were the best representation on how, when you complete the rules, when you get your profit target, when you made an X amount on the day, and then you overtrade and then you over leverage, these are the results that you can expect after those decisions are made. And it sort of just goes back to that morality thing and the psychology. But if I were to continue trading, if I didn't take any trades and I looked at the market, now I can see the bearish bias that VJ was talking about. Then I can see the no display, no fair value gaps, distribution incoming on the 4 hour or on the hour, or no rejections and no fair value gaps being formed. I can see those things if I didn't take any trades. But when I took my trades and I hit those 2 trades for the day, I'm done and I've got to walk away. There is always another trade. There's always another opportunity in the future. Some people are impatient, and some people will go back to the charts and go back to clicking that buy and sell button. And yeah, that was the big mistake for that day, and for my trading habits. Unfortunately, I do this more than I want to admit. It's all about your trading habits, about how you act in the moment. Are you catching yourself over trading right then and there? And do you have the discipline to pull yourself out? Do you have the discipline to close your position? Do you have the discipline to walk away from the charts? It's all of those disciplined decisions that lead you to the result on if you want to be profitable, if you have it in you in the first place to be profitable and be disciplined enough to stop those bad habits. And yeah. Everything apart from TA, like we can see the bearish buys, but it was mainly those psychological issues. It was mainly me breaking my rules. And listen, we'll have other episodes. We'll have other fucking mistakes. We'll have other, lessons to be learned in the future. Absolutely. If you guys like this content, you like these mistakes, you like learning with us, feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, we'll support you guys. There's a link for trading some TOPSTEP evaluation accounts. There's a link to our social medias where we have clips and highlights of these episodes and mistakes made and how we improve on them. And if you guys are coming along for the ride, we'd me and VJ would appreciate it a lot.
Absolutely, we super appreciate it. Side note, it's funny how if you stopped trading, you would have seen it, and that's like another
exactly.
You would have been more likely to see, and that's another reason why the process is more important than the outcome. Because if you just like sort of sat and you're like, oh, it's weird, it's not really doing this, I wonder why, and then you sort of look, you'd be like, oh, I think we're gonna short, and then
yeah.
it shorts. But then when it's like, let me go ahead and squeeze a couple dimes out of this because I only got $2, I want 3.
That's the problem.
Then all of a sudden you just don't see what you should be seeing. Like literally, that's sort of why. Like I ended green. I took some great trades, but it was really only because of like the entry was so good, but I was just completely wrong.
Yeah, you're blinded by your ambition. You're blinded by those objectives.
And the desire to be correct rather than just like, am I correct?
Exactly. Yeah. 100%. But listen, we got more episodes coming in the future. We got more guests. Maybe we'll see some great profitable traders in the future. Again, we talked about Tom in the start of the episode. Check out that episode. One of the best episodes. Very well experienced, profitable trader that you can learn from. Look at their insight, what they think about trading, what they think about retail traders and normal traders and unprofitable traders and those tendencies and habits between them and everything in between. So definitely stay tuned for future episodes. But if you guys like this content, subscribe, like, comment. You got a link for TOPSTEP, like our socials, everything. We'd really, really appreciate it. Me and Vijay are out here busting our ass for free, basically. So
and if you got an envelope full of some things for us, we will also accept those gladly on behalf of the family.
I'm going to make them an oven you can't refuse. 20 fucking years I was in the can.
We'll go copyright. All All
All
right,
right.
guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
Love
we
you.
appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode. All right. Thank you guys. Bye bye.